Hi everyone, my name's Sean, and this is my presentation for Project 1 in Quantitative Reasoning. So what this project is about is budgeting a trip to Disney World for Carol and her family, her husband, and her 3 children. Carol drives a 2012 Honda Odyssey, lives in Cincinnati, and plans to make monthly deposits for 2 years in order to pay for the trip. So the first thing we need to decide is if Carol and her family are going to drive to Orlando and back, or fly there and back. So as stated before, she drives a 2012 Honda Odyssey, which according to the EPA's website gets approximately 27 miles per gallon on the highway and depreciates at a value of 60.8 cents per mile. The round trip from Cincinnati to Orlando and back is 1,803.8 miles. By Googling, I just did some basic research and found the average cost of gas per gallon is about $2.63. Therefore, it would take about 66.81 gallons to make the round trip, which is found by dividing the total number of miles by the miles per gallon of the Odyssey itself. And then you can find out that it would cost $175.91 to pay for gas by multiplying the average cost of a gallon of gas by the total amount of gallons necessary to make the trip. The car will depreciate quite a bit due to this long trip. It will depreciate in value by $1,096.71, which is found by multiplying the depreciation value by the total number of miles, and by adding the depreciation value and the cost of gas for this trip, we can come to the total cost of $1,272.62. Flying, I just did a web search to find a decent, price for, flying 2 adults and 3 children. Allegiant offered one that I found to be, pretty decent in cost. There weren't any discounts for children tickets. So for all of Carol's family, it was $849.50 for the plane tickets. Allegiant offers your first bag check for only $25 and then $75 for each additional bag. So if Carol wanted to bring 2 bags, it would cost her $100. I also found a rental car through Alamo on the same website. It was a 4-door normal size sedan, and for 3 days it cost $232.45. Therefore, by adding the tickets, luggage, and rental car, the cost of flying comes out to $1,181.95, just a little bit lower than the cost of driving. So I would recommend that Carol flies, not drives, just because of the time involved. It's about a 14 to 18-hour drive to Orlando from Cincinnati, depending on how many times you stop. And doing that with 3 young children just sounds awful. And if you fly, it only takes a couple hours, and it's still a little bit cheaper. So I would definitely go with that. Carol should definitely budget for food, even during the transportation part of the trip itself, especially if they drive. They're going to hit some McDonald's, stop from here and there. But also, while they're actually in Disney World in Orlando, the average cost of a meal is about $20. So you can see here the formulas and how I figured out it would cost about $900 to $1,000 to budget for food. I found her a room at the Walt Disney World Dolphin Resort, standard room, 2 full beds, came out to $1,918.56 total. The tickets were a 3-day pass at $360.59 per child and $374.91 per adult, which came out to $1,831.59 for everyone's tickets. She should also budget for things such as entertainment if they want to go see shows or, to the movies or something like that, as well as souvenirs. If you're in Disney World, you're going to end up in a gift shop. But also for emergencies, if one of her kids gets sick or injured or something like that, just something you're not expecting, you should always budget for. So if you add together the cost of transportation, tickets, hotel, food, and rental car, this trip will cost roughly $6,164.55. And adding 10% of that would cause it to rise up to $6,781.01. And by using the savings plan formula, you can determine the monthly payment at $248.92 per month in order to make that much money in 2 years, which is Carol's plan.